there is one thing that you can do, man, that genuinely helps more than most other things. And I remember when I was told this, listening to certain videos, like, oh man, you just gotta sit in silence and all the answers will come, you know? Well, here's the thing, man. So it's true. Notice how, if you are just working all the time, or if you're just busy and you're just speaking to people, all this human stuff, you don't allow yourself to do this deep, deep processing where you really take a step back and you really go meta on your own mind and you really zoom out. So it's not like just you're thinking about your day, not just your week, not just your month, your entire year, and not just your year, man, your existence, your life. And so because you're thinking about your life and stuff on this deep, deep level, you gain what we could call big picture perspective. None of this small, low consciousness, narrow perspective where you kind of just surviving day by day, using your ego mind, just stuck in thought. None of that, man. I'm talking about something way bigger, way, way more open, way more calm. It's all quite relaxed as well, man. Because you have so much perspective on everything, your mind feels like weirdly grounded. Like it's a very enjoyable experience, man. It's a little bit like you get access to the stuff that you just never usually get access to. Because your mind is so like this. But because your mind is like this, and you're in that state of being, which is open and clear, you get an experience of perspective, of consciousness. It's a little bit like if you had a conversation midweek, and maybe you said something in that conversation and you're like, oh fuck, I didn't say that quite correctly, or I wish I could have found better words for that. Let's now imagine it's the weekend and you've, allowed yourself to relax and decompress. And now you're thinking about things and kind of reflecting. And because of this relaxation of your ego, you effortlessly gain access to the words that you could have said in that conversation. You effortlessly have the kind of understanding that you wish you could have tried to convey. And it's not just that you get access to little things, man. Like, for example, a phrase that you could have said or something that would have fit better for your social survival. It's actually that you get yourself back. This is the gold. So this is why you are sitting in silence. Because, when we talk about the answers, by the way, man, the answers, what are the answers? The answers are insights from your higher self. So, notice, man, when you get yourself, by which I mean your true self, your higher self, you get everything with it. You get all the perspective, you get all the insights, and these insights, they nourish you, they nourish the ego, because the ego is always confused and scared and worried and maybe even terrified at times. But when you get these insights and these downloads from your higher self, because you're in a state of being, you get everything. You get confirmation, you get perspective, you get all the answers to the questions that you've been asking in this kind of egoic, neurotic way, in this small, narrow little perspective. Nah, man, because you're in a state of being, all that melts away. You just get your true self back, and it's all because you're in your being, okay? You changed your state into one of being, this creative, open, calm, perspective-filled state that you never usually access because your mind is usually so busy. But you do have access to this because you've done the spiritual work. And by the spiritual work here, man, really, I just mean this one very significant move, which was to stop doing everything. Let go of everything. Stop all things, including the thinking in the mind. Do nothing. Sit in silence and let the answers come. You will realize, oh man, I've got to build this into my routine. I've got to build this into my life rather, because I can't go too long without having it. Because if you go too long without having one of these experiences of huge clarity, huge perspective, remembering, answering all the questions that you've been asking, if you go too long without one of these, man, you basically turn into an unconscious person. You basically lose yourself. You fall into the unconscious version of you. And you do not want to be that person, man. And it's not just that you don't want to be that unconscious person, man. It's that the most important thing in the world is to have this insight that allows you to be yourself. There's nothing really that's more important than that, man. And that's why you will build it into your routine. We could say that life is just finding yourself, like in these moments when we have them, and then losing yourself because of the mundane kind of survival needs that you need to meet. Otherwise, you can't survive. Where this changes for you, because you're a conscious person, is you spend way less time in the asleep, zombie-like state, which a lot of people operate in. What you'll need to do for yourself is you'll need to take time, even if it's on during the work week, you'll need to allow some time to come back to this, to do nothing, to sit in silence, and then for you to allow your being to be felt. When you feel your being, man, you will know, and you'll probably think, oh man, thank God I did that. I feel so much better about everything. And that is a damn good feeling, man. A damn good feeling. Okay? Awesome. We're going to call things there, man. If you want any support from me one-to-one, I do offer coaching and mentoring. If you're interested, you can see the link in the description. Otherwise, man, we'll call it there. Lots of love, my friend. And as always, peace.